All right, guys, the time has come. Wuthering Waves 2.3 Satisfaction Survey. I have been looking forward to this because I'm gonna be real with you guys. I mean, this is just a fact. Version 2.3 has to be the most controversial update in WoW history. It really has. Like, there is so many like mixed feelings for WoW 2.3 because, for an anniversary patch, a lot of people felt as if, this patch was extremely underwhelming. And some people thought that, this patch was all right. There's just a lot of opinions going around when it comes to Wuthering Waves 2.3. Here we are. We have the 2.3 satisfaction survey, as you guys can see over here, and we're gonna go ahead and fill this out. Now, you guys already know how things are when it comes to this channel. We are 100% honest. All right, we are honest. We're not gonna sit here and chill for the game. We don't do that shit here. If you want to, watch somebody shill for the game, go watch that person. But if you want to watch somebody who's honest, welcome to the channel. But anyways, here we go. So we're gonna click start here. Next page. Okay, so far, how would you rate your overall experience in Wuthering Waves version 2.3? New content in version 2.3, special event, cubic and QB, companion story, a blaze in the dark, event quest, your summer will never wither, resonators, Zani, and Chacona. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put somewhat dissatisfied. All right. Now, the reason why I put somewhat dissatisfied is because, of course, when it comes to the events in this patch, they are extremely underwhelming, especially for an anniversary patch. Now, I know people are going to be like, well, this is a filler patch. Well, it's like, yeah, but at the same time, this is still an anniversary patch. This is the first anniversary for WoW. So, the Cube event was extremely underwhelming. The QB, whatever, that derby event where like you're racing, you're watching other people race, I don't think they include that here. Maybe they didn't, I don't know. But that event was so ass. It's because you're literally just like going in and you're just like, you're not getting any rewards because you have to log in at a specific time. You have to like I think you have to bet, like you have to invest in like a specific, like you have to invest in the player, and once you like support a player, yes, that's what it was called. You support a player, and when you support them, you get rewards. But you have to log in at a specific time, and I just don't have time to do that because, number one, I have to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go to work. I gotta go to bed. I gotta go to work. I can't log into the game just to do this fucking dumbass event where I'm just getting like, what, 30 astrites, 20 astrites? It just doesn't make any sense. That event was just not it, bro. It really wasn't it at all. But let's continue here. Now, when it comes to Zani's story quest, I didn't even play that yet, and Chacona's as well. I didn't play that either, so I'm not gonna judge their story quest at all because I didn't play it. All right, based on your experience in the current version, how satisfied are you with the following? When it comes to story, once again, I did not play Zani's story and Chacona's story, so I'm gonna put unable to rate. World exploration, I mean, what is there to explore? Like, they didn't really add any new areas, so I mean, what am I supposed to say here? I'm just gonna say, I might as well just say somewhat dissatisfied. Like, what are we exploring, environment visuals, which, I mean, the visuals in this game are always good, so I'm gonna put overall satisfied. Music and sound effects, overall satisfied. Nothing wrong with that. Based on your experience in the current version, how satisfied are you with the following? Resonator building. I'm guessing they're talking about you just building your characters. I mean, I guess overall, I'm just gonna put neutral. Combat, overall satisfied. Performance optimizations, overall satisfied. Resonator visuals, overall satisfied. Based on your experience in the current, okay, we keep reading the same thing. UI design. I honestly hope that they improve the UI in the future, so I'm gonna put neutral here. I hope that they actually improve it. Events and challenges. So cubic and cube, dreaming deep. Ooh, dude, very dissatisfied. 100%, very dissatisfied, bro. Like, I just can't with dreaming deep. I can't. Like, when it comes to dreaming deep, the fact that when it comes to like the metaphors they put in dreaming deep, it's so annoying how they're going to like, they put these metaphors that says, okay, if you have a broad blade user, a gauntlet user, or a character who's using a rectifier, then this is the, this character will pretty much get that buff. And it's like, well, what if I don't have that character who has that weapon type? And they're like, well, go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's so ridiculous. And it's just too time consuming. Dreaming Deep is too time consuming. And the fact that you have to replay the same level, you have to replay these films just to get different endings is just ridiculous, man. It's too time consuming. It's too slow, too much yapping, too much dialogue. I don't know, man. It's just ridiculous, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and put very dissatisfied, and the same goes for the cube event as well. Cube event extremely dissatisfied when it comes to that. Co-op experience, I didn't even play co-op at all for this update, so I'm gonna put unable to rate. Okay, so next page. What do you think of the amount of playable content in version 2.3? The amount of content is too small and the actual playtime is too short. The amount of content is small and the actual playtime is short. The amount of content is just right and the actual playtime is moderate. The amount of content is large and the actual playtime is longer. I will say, because of events like Dreaming Deep, that event, I'm gonna pick this over here. The amount of content is large. Like, guys, there was a lot of content when it comes to 2.3. It's just that the quality of the content is just not good. It's extremely underwhelming. But there is a large amount of content, and the actual playtime is indeed longer, which is Dreaming Deep. Dreaming Deep is just ridiculous. And plus, when it comes to like the cube events, you have to complete like 21 floors or whatever. It's really time consuming. It really is, just to get decent rewards. So I'm gonna put the amount of content is large and the actual playtime. What device do you mainly use to play Wuthering Waves? Mainly PC. How satisfied are you with the following for version 2.3's PC's performance of visual fidelity, graphic quality, texturing? I'm gonna put overall satisfied. Frame rate consistency, I'm gonna put somewhat dissatisfied. I don't know what's going on with Dreaming Deep's frame rate, but I don't think it's my PC. I think it's Dreaming Deep, and I think that event has some issues when it comes to frame rates. I would have frame drops out of nowhere. You guys remember that video when I was going through Dreaming Deep? Out of nowhere, I was getting like, I don't know, lag spikes or frame drops. I don't know what it was, but it was just so frustrating to the point where after I recorded that video, I just had to completely like get out the game. Like I had to log out because it was just ridiculous. So yeah, very I'm gonna put, actually no, very dissatisfied. Very dissatisfied. Overall performance, I'm gonna put neutral. Why is version 2.3's PC performance not satisfactory? The options in the settings do not meet my needs. Which options in the settings do you think at? Okay, not that. System requirements for the game are too demanding. No, the game is slow to load. Unstable network. Network latency. Compatibility issues. Yes, I'm gonna put that. The game is slow to download. No, not that. I'm just gonna put compatibility issues, and I'm gonna put Dreaming Deep. Dreaming Deep has some frame drop issues. There we go. I'm just gonna put that. What compatibility issues did you encounter? Crashes during the game, incompatibility with other software, incompatibility with my monitor, black screen during the game, incompatibility with my peripherals. I'm just gonna put like frame drops, man. I'm gonna put frame drops. It could be these other options here, but I'm just gonna put frame drops. Frame drops and Dreaming Deep. And crashes during the game. I don't really like experience any crashes when it comes to WoW, to be honest. It rarely happens. But I will say incompatibility with other software. Actually, no. Incompatibility with my monitor. Yeah, I'm gonna put that. What type of monitor am I using? RTX? That I don't even fucking know. I'm just gonna put that. Why is version 2.3's PC visual fluidity not satisfactory? Low frame rate while exploring the overworld. Low frame rate during task field challenges. Low frame rate during combat inside certain domains, boss fight challenges. Under most circumstances. I'm gonna put low frame rate during combat inside certain domains. No, I'm just gonna put low frame rate in Dreaming Deep. And this is probably, if this is just me, then it's probably just my PC. But I don't think it's just me, man. Like, cause I've seen some people complain about Dreaming Deep, like the performance, like when it comes to like optimization and like how Dreaming Deep is performed, like it's just not that good. Like it's actually like the performance is terrible, bro. Especially if you're playing on PC. Like some people get black screens. It would be extremely glitchy, frame drops, lag spikes. It's insane. Okay, how satisfied are you with the anniversary Resonator convene? Oof. Now this right here, you guys already know. This sparked a huge controversy in the community. Now, me personally, here's the thing. I feel like the only issue I had with the rerun banners is the fact that it was 50-50. That was my only problem. The fact that it was 50-50 and they put anniversary next to it, it's like, dude, how can you guys call that an anniversary? Like, I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel right, you know? Like, to put 50-50 is just ridiculous. And you have the weapons. The weapons are guaranteed, but still, though, it's like, at least make it 100% guaranteed. That would have been 10 times better. So I will say I am somewhat dissatisfied when it comes to the rerun banners because they're not 50-50. I mean, they are 50-50. And it says anniversary Resonator convenes. So for all the idiots out there who are saying that this update is not an anniversary update, it's 2.4, stop fucking coping. This is an anniversary patch. It literally says it right over here. I don't understand why people keep saying that this is not an anniversary patch, it's 2.4. Like, if you're joking, by all means go ahead and joke, but like people are dead ass serious about this to the point where they're saying, oh, you're criticizing an update that's not an anniversary patch. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up, man. Anyways, did you participate in the anniversary Resonator convene? Hell no, I did not do that. Why did you convene for Resonators under the anniversary Resonator convene banner? Are you seriously asking me this question? Okay, my experience with them in this version was not great. I was more inclined to convene for the version 2.3 Resonators, Zani or Chikona. Yeah, because they're new characters. I already owned them. That can be the case, yeah. I own some of them. Their presence in the storyline doesn't appeal to me. I invested more in other games recently. You know, fit into my team composition. I was more inclined to convene for Resonators that would be available in future versions. Yeah. That right there, yeah. Pretty much saving up for future characters. So that's why I'm not gonna select that. I have a satisfactory and combat experience with my current team of Resonators. They're not very strong. Their visual design does not appeal to me. Let me go ahead and put this. Rerun banners. I don't like the fact that you guys put 50-50 for the anniversary Resonator convene banners. There we go. I don't like the fact that you guys put 50-50 for the anniversary Resonator convene banners. That sounds good. How satisfied are you with the anniversary weapon convene? Now, when it comes to the weapons, since they're like 100% guaranteed, satisfied. I'm gonna put overall satisfied. They're 100%, so I don't really care. I'm not gonna complain about that. Based on your experience in the game so far, do you have any additional feedback or suggestions? You may skip this question if you have no additional feedback. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guys, so I pretty much wrote my feedback for Wuthering Waves version 2.3, and we're gonna go through all of this. All right, so I brought up like 7 things, okay, and then I pretty much had like an overall statement. All right, so first things first, reevaluate the 50-50 system. The 50-50 mechanic has long been a point of frustration among players. Consider either removing it entirely or adjusting it to a more favorable ratio, such as 70-30. This would significantly improve the experience for players who invest time and resources into the game. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of shills out there who are going to be like, oh, you know, how is my multi-billion-dollar company going to make money? Because, you know, apparently these people, they care more about these devs getting money in their pockets instead of them actually caring about the quality of these games, which is just ridiculous. It's like, you are a player, you are not a developer. Why do you care about how much money this game makes? It's just not, like, that's just not my problem, bro. And if this game goes EOS because they took out 50-50, oh fucking well. Oh well, bro. Like, there are so many gacha games out there that don't have a 50-50 mechanic, a 50-50 system, and they don't go EOS. Sure, they don't have a huge player base, but 50-50 isn't like it shouldn't be the new standard now. It should not be the new standard. That's why I would rather prefer 70-30 or just no 50-50 at all. All right, but that's just me personally. So next we have expand the 4-star roster. Team building currently feels restrictive due to the limited variety of 4-star characters. Adding more 4-star options would enhance strategic depth and provide more flexibility, especially for free-to-play players. Nobody should be disagreeing with this. I'm sorry, bro, but like them releasing more 4-star characters, they're literally like that's literally going to give you more options. That's going to make team building a lot more fun in WUA. Because let's be honest, guys, whenever there's a new 5-star character that comes out, Senwa or Mortefi, period, in the story, like that's literally the case all the time. Senwa or Mortefi. But if it's a negative stats effect unit, like Zani, for example, Spectral Rover. But that's if the unit needs Spectral Frazzle in order for them to work. If that unit needs like another if another negative status, let's say Air Erosion, you have limited 5-star characters only. Air Rover cannot do that himself. That's why having more 4-star characters would be a lot better, because having 4-star characters that can actually inflict negative status effect would be very, very nice. Or they can just either, I don't know, make old characters inflict negative status effect. Imagine Alto, right? Imagine he can inflict negative status effect. That would make him a lot more useful. Like, I would actually use Alto if he can actually inflict air erosion. That would be very, very cool. But they don't want to do that. I don't know why, right? So expand the 4-star roster so that whenever they decide to implement a character that relies on negative stats effect, guess what? We have a lot of alternatives. Next thing here is, let me scroll down just a little bit. Aero Rover needs to be fixed. Aero Rover currently does not inflict air erosion, which undermines the consistency of their role in utility. Ensuring core characters function as intended is essential to both gameplay balance and players' trust. When you look at Spectral Rover, the fact that he can inflict Spectral Frazzle, how come Air Rover can't do the same? It's very weird how Air Rover, he converts it, meanwhile for Spectral Rover, he can actually inflict it. It's just very odd. So they definitely need to do something about that. It just doesn't make any sense for Air Rover to not inflict it. I just don't get it. Next thing we have here is, of course, negative status. Don't make characters too reliant on, okay, let me fix that. Too reliant on negative status if there are not a lot of alternatives but limited 5-star characters. I don't even have to explain myself when it comes to that. We already talked about that. But whenever they're releasing 5-star units like Zani, for example, if you guys are not planning on releasing a lot of alternatives for that unit, it's just not going to be good, man. It's just not going to be good at all, because now you're just essentially forced to summon for that limited 5-star character in order for that character to actually function properly. Now, of course, I'm not talking about Zani. I'm just talking about negative stats effect characters in general. Okay, like assuming, let's say Cardathea, right? Cardathea, like let's say Cardathea, she doesn't inflict air erosion, and Air Rover doesn't inflict it, so therefore you have no choice but to summon for Chakona, right? Next thing we have here is Dreaming Deep. This event struggled with pacing and overly long dialogue segments. Many players were hoping for an experience similar to version 1.4 Elusive Realm, which was more concise and combat focused. Future events would benefit from reducing dialogue length and avoiding tedious combat mechanics to keep engagement high. When it comes to Dreaming Deep, the whole event is just a mess. It's a mess. A lot of issues when it comes to performance. The pacing is really slow. You're moving from tile to tile to tile. Like the gameplay, when it comes to like the combat, it lasts for like 10 seconds. If you're like around like level 1 or to like level 40, you are moving from tile to tile, going through dialogue prison, reading all these buffs just to get 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, but 10 seconds or 15 seconds of combat. Like, come on, bro. And that's from like level 1 to like level 40. Once you reach like a higher level and once you like fight level 90 enemies, it's going to be a lot more time consuming because, you know, these enemies, like if you don't have the right buffs or if you're not high leveled enough, you know, you're just not going to be able to do that much damage against them. They just have to fix this event. They just have to fix it or release a combat event that's just better. Next thing we have, so I said, I know that you guys locked the 10 free pulls to do a countdown, but that was just not a good idea. Next time, just don't do this again. Just give us the reward when they're actually available to claim. Using 10 free pulls as a countdown in a gacha game just doesn't work. Where am I wrong? You know what I'm saying? Where am I wrong? Like, a lot of people are like, oh, Faros, dude, it's for the countdown for the anniversary. I don't fucking care. I don't care. Why would you use 10 free pulls as a countdown in a gacha game? Like, imagine you lose 50-50, right? You lose 50-50. You go check out the event tab. Oh, 10 free pulls. Locked for 20 days. Why the fuck did you put it there to begin with? Just give it to us when you're ready to give it to us. It's that simple. Like, I'm not saying that, you know, they're not allowed to, you know, put rewards in like phase 2, right? I mean, when you do look at Genshin Impact and what they did with Mavuika and Silily, yeah, that was bullshit. Okay, let me take that back. I'm not a fan of them, you know, putting in like the most hype characters in like one phase and then taking all the rewards we're looking forward to putting them in phase 2. But that's not the situation for you know, 2.3, because it was just like one 10 pull, right? And I'm pretty sure like if you're an NA, right, if you're in global or an NA, you get the 10 pulls before Zani's banner goes away. But when it comes to like CN server or whatever, they can't do this. Like, they had access to the 10 free pulls after Zani went away, and a lot of people did not know that, which is ridiculous. So yeah, like it would have been just better if they just gave us the 10 free pulls when they were ready to give it to us, like when they were available. Let us get the 10 free pulls when we can actually claim it, and we can just move on from that. But when you do a whole countdown, you know, literally like, I don't know, dick slapping the 10 free pulls in our face, how do you expect us to react? Like, do you think we're gonna be like, oh my gosh, 10 free pulls, I can't wait to claim this in 23 days? Who the fuck says that? Like, who's gonna say that? Nobody. And if you're saying that to yourself, where you're saying, oh, I can't wait to get 10 free pulls in 23 days, you're fucking delusional. The next thing we have here is Gilded Night Market. Gilded Night Market was a huge miss. Next time, let players get tokens by clearing missions that reset daily. Don't make us pull just to get 5 or 7 pulls, because what if players have to get all the way, have to go all the way to pity? Or what if players get the 5-star character they wanted early? You know, like when it comes to the Gilded event, you know, you have to summon in order for you to get more tokens. Now they did refresh, I wouldn't say they refreshed it, but they did add some more activities in like the daily category in order for you to get, like, you know, the tokens for free because of the new events. But it's still not enough, right? It's still not enough. And when it comes to you summoning in order for you to get the tokens, what if I get the character that I'm summoning for immediately? Guess what? I'm not going to be able to get any more tokens, because why the fuck should I summon just to get more tokens, just to get 10 pulls, or just to get 5 or 7 pulls? It's just not worth it. You know what I'm saying? So they did not take that into account, like the fact that some players might get the characters that they want really early, and there's like no reason for them to summon more, right, to get more tokens, because they're literally sacrificing like 50 or 60 pulls just to get 5 in return. It's just a terrible trade. So it would just be better for them to let us clear missions that reset daily, and we can just clear out the shop free to play. I think that's way better. And of course, if you want to keep the summon option there, you can keep it there, so that, you know, when it comes to Wells, they can just clear out the shop immediately if they want to, right? It can just be there as an option. So for my closing statement, right, final thoughts, I said the first anniversary event fell short of many players' expectations. While not everyone anticipated a free 5-star character, there was a general expectations for more substantial rewards and impactful content to celebrate this milestone. Please keep in mind that Wuthering Waves has reached its current success because of the players who support daily. We hope the second anniversary better reflects that relationship with meaningful content and thoughtful gestures. I want Wuthering Waves to succeed and grow, and I believe that learning from these experiences will lead to an even stronger game moving forward. So I think that's a good closing statement, you know, pretty much giving them advice. Like this is just advice for the devs, you know, like for a first anniversary, players are expecting a lot because it is an anniversary patch. If anybody tells you not have high expectations for an anniversary patch, I'm sorry, that person is just wrong because it's an anniversary patch. It's a patch where it's a time where the devs are appreciating their players for supporting them and keeping their game alive. Telling players to not expect anything in the first anniversary update or telling players to have low expectations, you're pretty much like what you're saying is that yeah, man, this company, they're gonna treat you like shit, so don't expect anything. That's what you're saying if you're telling players to not have high expectations. So that's why when it comes to Wuthering Waves version 2.3, this update could have been a lot better if they just delivered. The delivery was just terrible, right? It was terrible. There was a lot of hype before the update went live, but unfortunately, the execution was just horrible. There was a lot of terrible events. The rewards were pretty mediocre, and when it comes to content, there is like a lot of content. It's just that the quality of the content of these content, they're just not good. The quality is just not good at all, and they need to do better. So I'm gonna go ahead and submit this. That's how I feel, guys, when it comes to Wuthering Waves 2.3. And go ahead and type how you guys feel in the comment section down below. You know, say anything you guys want in the comment section. Oh, log in. There we go, W's. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me go and switch my screen here. Actually, no, there we go. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I think I was fair. I think I was really fair. And once again, I'm honest. And that's how I feel about version 2.3. If I were to rate this update from 1 out of 10, I would give this update a solid 4 out of 10. It's an anniversary patch, and I don't care if this is a filler patch. That is not an excuse. All right, that is not an excuse at all. Just because it's in a filler patch doesn't mean that the devs can now, like, I don't know, like, it doesn't mean like now they're incentivized to like fuck up the patch because it's a filler patch. It doesn't make any sense, you know, like that logic makes no sense at all. So hopefully for second anniversary they deliver, and hopefully, like, you know, they actually take this, right? They take this 2.3 anniversary patch, they learn from their mistakes, and they grow from these mistakes. They actually grow. They learn, they grow, and they do better. That's all I got to say. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll be catching you guys on the next one. Adios.